it's Liz Larson here with the Cognomovement systems, and I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why you keep creating things in your life that you don't want? Is there that one thing that no matter what you do, it always ends up the same? You just can't change it? Or are you the person who's ended up in the same relationship, even with a different person, again and again and again? So on Wednesday night, we have a Cogno Quantum coming up, which is all about how to really focus in and create what you want in your life. But nobody ever talks about this. How do we keep creating the things we don't want? And that they're exactly the same mechanism. That's a super fun thing about the way Cogno Movement looks at manifesting, as it really is a mechanism, a tool. And if we can understand how it works, then we can use the tool differently to come up with a different outcome. It's that simple. So here's the basis of how you create anything. It's not mystical. It's not metaphysical. We say quantum realm and that seems weird, but it's actually because it's in this space in us and around us that most of the time we can't quantify, right? So how do you keep creating something you don't want? It's literally the pattern inside your body. The brain and body connection has this amazing electrical current. The body has a feeling about something, and then the brain makes up what to think about that. It interprets it, and it will start this pattern. So let's say it's a relationship, and you keep ending up with the same relationship again and again, even though it's a different person. Well, how the heck does that happen? And you certainly don't go in with your logical mind thinking, hey, new person looks different, but let's have the exact same relationship with them. You don't. You go in thinking, oh, fresh new everything. And yet somehow, pretty soon, that relationship turns into the exact same way the last one. Or maybe you have this with somebody in your work life where no matter what you do, there's that same person with a different face. Well, the common denominator, sadly to say, really is you, but it's not just you. It's not your personality. It's this electromagnetic hormonal pattern in the body. It creates a real vortex is one word, sounds woo-woo, but like a ping, like a radio signal, a signature of a pattern that says, you know what, in my relationships, maybe I'm a little too dominant. Maybe I need to do that. My nervous system pattern needs to do that to keep myself safe. Oh, so your nervous system, your body, your fight or flight goes, yes, I like safe. So let's be a little dominant with every person we meet. And that in turn will keep us safe. So look, round and round and round and round that goes. But you like people who don't want to be dominated, right? And so again and again, you end up in this conflict situation. But it's all that pattern of the body wanting to stay safe. It's really that simple. So what's another way? So maybe it's finances, that you keep ending up with the better and better job maybe. And even though you make more money, you're still broke every time. At the end of every month, you're chasing every paycheck, right? How in the world does that work? That you have more money and less money at the same time? Well, maybe the pattern that's in your nervous system, and where does it come from? Anywhere in our lives. Anywhere. Something we heard, something we saw, something we know, a little bit of an injury to our emotions, to our physical body. It can come from anywhere. But the point is, it sets up a pattern. So maybe when you were a kid, you didn't have enough. They would always say, we don't have enough, we don't have enough, we don't have enough. Body didn't like that too much. It felt like lack, like maybe you might starve or go homeless, right? Unsafe. So now when you have money come in, well, you're spending it because you have enough. Your falsely creating a situation where it feels like a lot, but at the end of the month, it's not. Just a pattern in the nervous system. It's that simple. So, how does this translate into manifesting, right? Like, where does that quantum thing come in? Well, as it turns out, we have 3 places. Remember, I told you this is just a tool. Physical body creates this pattern, and it's electromagnetic and hormonal. It's a real signal, real signature that actually fills in this space 6 to 8 feet around us. It's measurable. If you've ever seen one of our BioWell images, you can see that around the body there are these layers and layers of the way our body actually emanates its electromagnetic energy. And when we have a problem in our life, when there's something lacking, missing, or hurting us, you'll see in those images a huge gap or hole, or the energy around the system looks like shards. But when that pattern is eliminated or rerouted or healed in some way, then automatically in that space around, we see that become full and healthy and thick. So we know that in the 6 to 8 foot field around us is where these things actually physically demonstrate themselves. So one more signal. Now beyond that is the rest of the world, the rest of the universe, which turns out it's kind of just a big mirror. So whatever in here, whatever signal it's sending out, like a radio signal, just finds its way out into that greater field and looks for its match. It just matches. Radio signals match. If you're on channel 3, you get channel 3. If you turn to channel 4, you get channel 4. It's just a radio signal looking for a match. So whatever is running, that's the match. There's your answer. That's how you keep getting the same thing again and again, even though you think you're doing something different. You're really not. Your body is sending out the same signal over and over and over, channel 3, channel 4, channel 5, and that's the tune that you're playing. That's how your life works out. So that's what's so exciting to us about Cogno Quantum, is we're actually looking at this as physical stuff. If we can change the physical body, stop that signal from sending in the first place, then there's no match. Now, we turn that around and show you how to send out the signal that you do want. Electromagnetic, hormonally, send out, start that signal going that then fills out that 6 to 8 feet in a way that's really cool and powerful. And then guess what? It goes out and it just finds the match to that thing you want. People who are using this method, including Bill McKenna, the founder of Cognomovement, and I, our whole team, we're finding that with this method, we're creating things faster and faster and faster, even a minute at a time, changing that pattern and changing what happens around us very, very quickly. Now, I know that sounds like magic or a miracle to you, and that is what it feels like, but it is basic, this functionality of how our body works and how it interacts with the environment around us. So if this is something that might be interesting to you, not only learn how to start minute by minute training your body to manifest the things that you want, but also to shut off the things that you don't, then join us. It's going to be this Wednesday night at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So it's a very inexpensive class. It's $99, sorry. However, if you happen to be a part of our Cognomovement members community, our portal member community, you actually get a discount off of that. If you're one of our practitioners, you already know you get a big discount off of that as well. You do need your Cogno ball. Now, if you don't have a Cogno ball and you don't know what Cognomovement is yet, join us at cognomovement.com or reach out and ask questions at info@cognomovement.com and find out how to get started learning how to change those patterns in your body for your health, for your wealth, for your relationships. If you're an athlete, man, this makes a big difference in your game. It can change your mind, chronic thoughts, chronic frustration, chronic irritation. And it can really change your body, the way it functions, because it all boils down to the idea. It's not an idea, it's how our body works, that our bodies create these closed circuits within our mind and our physical that keep us stuck. If we can learn how to change those whenever we want to, we can change whatever we want to in our lives. And that's what the Cognomovement system does. So that's the basis of our Cogno Quantum. If you're already gone through basic training, if you already know Cognomovement, if you already have your ball, and you want to start to really know how to change your life minute by minute, join us Wednesday night at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So we'll see you guys all there. Looking forward to it. We'll talk soon.